Gaza has been bombed with the fury of vengeance. According to a new assessment compiled by the Office of the Director of National Intelligence and disclosed to CNN, roughly half of the 29,000 bombs calculated to have been used by Israel by December 12 are unguided, also known as dump bombs. This kind of ammunition causes much more damage than modern guided bombs. Unable to leave, the survivors of the carnage are coming back, only to find their homes and livelihoods completely destroyed.
We came here and we saw our houses destroyed. Even those that are not destroyed are uninhabitable. The situation is tragic. We had buildings with 5, 4, and 3 floors. Right here was my sister's place. They had 6 units. It's all gone. Praise God. We also have martyrs here. Seven of them gone. Praise God. When the ceasefire started, we came here to check on our homes. The things we saw. You cannot fathom the things we saw. What we saw was unimaginable. One must say, praise God.
Unable to find and capture the Hamas network that has been widely reported, Israel had promoted and financed, as a counterweight to the Palestinian Authority, the occupying forces resorted to bombing civilian infrastructure. Almost each and every aspect of civil life and society have been thoroughly attacked by the occupying force, which, contravening the laws of war, is recurring methodically to collective punishment. Another aspect of horror that have not been seen since the Korean War. Adolf Hitler bombed cities as a war strategy. In response, General Curtis LeMay and Arthur Bomber Harris presented a strategy of massive bombings to destroy the industrial infrastructure and kill the workers in the context of a war of attrition. This is different. This is not a war. It's an occupation. In this case, they sent an army to do the job of the police. They are supposed to be looking for an armed faction, 20,000 strong, among 2 million people in the Gaza Strip. But they are bombing civilians, killing 100 to eliminate 1 terrorist. What's the strategy here?
That's my house. What can one say? Our God is enough. That's all we can say. If I wanted to salvage stuff, I can't. There's nothing left. The whole house has collapsed. Every war, they shell my house. As long as we're healthy, praise God. We were at the shelters in the schools. We heard that our house was bombed. This is the 3rd war where our house has been bombed. Every time these buildings get bombed, we call to God against the Israelis. What can we do? We have no one but God. Hopefully they compensate us for the destruction. One doesn't need much, just to live in peace. That's all we need. We have no one but God in face of the Israelis.
Nearly a month ago, on October 17, UN experts decried the bombing of hospitals and schools as crimes against humanity and called for the prevention of genocide. Yet, here we are, several thousand civilian lives later, helplessly witnessing the ongoing commission of crimes against humanity. After weeks of blockage, desperation, hunger, and horror, international aid started to arrive, with hundreds of trucks waiting to undergo strict security checks by the occupying forces. As a result of the bombing campaign, hundreds of thousands of people became overnight refugees, forced to create makeshift shelters, either inside a refugee camp or wherever they could.
Our buildings have been destroyed in Gaza Strip, and the people of Gaza Strip are dying slowly. And this is very different by airplanes, Israeli airplanes. This is very difficult for us. How can we live unless we can't come back to our own country?
We're happy about the ceasefire. We want to be done with this miserable situation. Of course we do. We want them to come to a deal. Whatever they do, ceasefire, exchange of hostages, whatever it takes. We want the Arab world and the international community to see us and stand with us. Find a solution to this miserable situation we're in. There's 2.25 million human beings living in Gaza. We hope to God that there's a hostage exchange, that there's a solution, whatever it takes. Just get us out of this nightmare. This is not a life, this is a perpetual nightmare. What we're living through, not even we can comprehend it. Parents in one place, kids in another, you don't know if your home is still standing. Everyone focuses on surviving the day.
With restricted access to food, water, basic services, and living in plastic tents, the survivors prepared to face one of the hardest winters of their lives.
We don't want a ceasefire. We want to return to our homes. We don't want funding, we don't want food or water, we don't want anything. We just want to go back to our homes. The ceasefire is focused on hostages this and hostages that, while we're living like animals. We are tired. We are happy that our hostages are out. We are happy. But they got a better deal than us. We're the ones who lost their houses, gotten everything taken from us. We have nothing left. We are living like animals. We wanted to go back to our houses, but there's nothing there anymore. This is not a life.
The remnants of the Gaza economy, which faced numerous challenges even before the war, under occupation, are in pieces. Almost everything has come to a halt. Hundreds of thousands of people are seeking ways to overcome hunger and cold. Now, with the winter, comes the mud.